Hey there, everybody. Thomas Wood with Basecamp Trading. It is Tuesday, February 14th, and we're going to take a look at bonds. Now, bonds had a big down move today, if you couldn't tell. Now, they shot down quite a bit when Fed's Yellen started speaking. Now, the thing I want to tell you is, first off, where bonds stopped. Okay, they came down and they stopped right on top of this trend line. We've been following this ascending wedge here in bonds and the dailies for the past probably week and a half since we started to retrace back up and give us a second pivot low. So we came right down to the trend line and we stalled there. Now, the interesting thing though, and I find it funny because a lot of people get caught off guard and they go, oh goodness, bonds are falling through the floor, and they start doing things like buying bonds. Well, it's always important to remember why bonds are reacting the way that they are. Okay, one of the reasons I love bonds is because the Fed basically tells us where they're going to go. And if you're a long-term swing trader, they make it really easy on you. For example, Yellen today said, we still plan on raising interest rates throughout the rest of the year. Therefore, bonds went down. If they're going to raise interest rates, bond futures are going to go lower. If they say they're not going to raise interest rates, or they decrease interest rates, they lower rates, then bonds are going to go higher. Okay? So all you got to do is pay attention to what the Fed is saying and what their long-term outlook is. And then you'll be able to say, okay, I'm expecting X or Y, because they're going to tell you over the next couple of months, next year, where they expect stuff to move. So keep that in mind. That's the thing that caused bonds to shoot lower today. Now, if you want to look at it on a technical perspective, you always want to pay attention to what fundamentals are doing, but it doesn't mean you just go blindly trade off fundamentals. You want to time your entries with technicals. That's how I trade. Okay, well, look at what we have here. Remember how we always talk about look for the channel in bonds on a 30-minute chart and look for the breakout. Well, here was your channel in bonds on a 30-minute chart. Here was the breakout. So it dropped right down, like I said before. Your target would have been significantly undervalued on the 240s and that daily trend line there. So we'll keep an eye on it. But overall, my point is pay attention to what the Fed is saying, because they'll explain to you where bonds are going to go. Don't fight the Fed. You're not going to win, period. All right. So that's all I have for you for today. I will see you in the trading room bright and early tomorrow morning. And until next time, happy trading.